Hey guys, Buffering Gamebet today, bringing our video, and today we're covering Crash's video here. He's running Grayzone Warfare today. I got the key, turn the volume down slightly. I got a key for this game, but wasn't able to get in and play just because my PC isn't the best for this. I bought it specifically for streaming back in 2019. Streaming on console games, right? So hooking up with the Elgato. So definitely with this brand new UE5 here in early playtest, wasn't going to be able to run it. So I told Rick, the community manager, that there was no way I'd be able to run it. But I think I'm going to get some codes for some people out there. So if you have a PC that can run this, go ahead and leave a comment down below. I'll try and get it to who I can. Make sure you're joining the Discord. Maybe do a giveaway. We'll do something like that if you have a PC that can run it. But I wanted to go through this gameplay with you guys just because I wasn't able to stream it today, and Crash is just going ham today with this. I think he's on like an 8-hour stream right now with this one. So here, I just got back from the gym and tuned back in, and I saw Crash had a really nice looking AK-74M with what looked like I want to say Tapco handguard on. I can't remember the specific handguard, but he's got a nice 74MN top Picatinny rail that he picked up here in Raid. So I watched this, and I just want to kind of walk through some of this. So you can see just some details here. The game looks beautiful, right? I think the game looks really, really great. And this specific gameplay that we're going to look at here, because this just happened. I'm like 25 minutes behind the stream right now. I decided to go back and do a video for this one. Right now, they're hunting a squad. So they're over at Airport, which I was watching Landmark and them earlier, and this seems to be like a really, really good PvP area right here. So they're pushing behind a squad right now. You can just see the ambiance. He's playing with Irons and another individual, Jesse something I'm not familiar with. I know he's a little bit newer of a player, I think, but I think he's an ex-Army Ranger sniper. So I'll link those guys' stuff down below, as well as Crash, obviously. So big shout out to Crash. Go ahead and check out his channel. He's going to be covering this game a lot since he's able to get hands on it. But they're hunting a squad right now, and I think one of the few of the things here is, it looks beautiful. He's got a nice L-can. You can see you can switch from the 1 to the 6 times magnification on the L-can. Not sure if you can use the top-mounted irons or not. Crash said I asked him in chat. He said he wasn't sure how to switch to the irons or not, but they're there. So maybe there's a way to use them, maybe not. But again, because you're a 1 to 6, I guess you don't really need it. If it was only a 6 times magnification, like if you look at maybe Sandstorm, you're stuck in a magnification with that. You can't toggle the magnification, so it makes sense to use the top mounted irons. But here you can go 1 to 6, so not necessarily needed, but I do like the irons on the L-can. But here they're hunting the squad. Definitely go back, check out his stream just so you guys can get the audio. I'll try and be quiet just a little bit here so we can hear some of this on and off. But as soon as Crash starts engaging, I'll turn it up so you guys can hear the shots. But right now they're chasing a team. They're right behind this team. They're chasing them into the bunker. I think a few things, obviously the game, like I said, the game looks great. This AK is really nice. You can customize everything very, very in depth. I saw Landmark make a really nice Zenico AK-103. Very similar to a lot of the customization, at least the look-wise of how it looks you can make it look in like Tarkov, modern shooters, where you can just completely put a bunch of Zenico attachments on the weapon. So here they're pushing into the bunker. They kill the PMC there, enemy PMC. Now Crash is going to push up here, and in a second he's going to engage. So that's when I'll turn it up slightly, and I'll be quiet at that point so we can hear him engage. But you can see he's just going to peek this corner. You can see him doing a lean here.
Oh, there he is.
And he's gonna hydrate so his aiming stability and everything is good before he makes this engagement. Now here we go. I'll turn it up slightly so you guys can hear it.
Oh, this gun is amazing.
What did that guy that I killed have on him? Did you guys check him yet?
AK.
It sounds
really
Hey, what's the
crazy.
deal with those shots?
It sounds
I'm killing guys.
beefy.
Surf
You
kit,
can hear
macro,
the
an M4 with a 4X.
you can hear
I'm
the
unstoppable with this
the
gun. You guys don't worry
ambiance,
about me.
right?
He have
The
an
birds,
Here's
the
a
wildlife.
just a regular.
everything going on in the background.
Yep.
He's gonna hit some good shots here too. Nice.
Oh my gosh.
Beautiful shots.
Kinda
Beautiful
wanna-
shots. So again, the AK, one of the AK-74M is
Pretty far away.
what he's running here. Gun sick. He's got some really good ammo in there. I think 7.1N or whatever the one of the top tiers is, probably for the 5.45 by 39 millimeters. So really nice. This engagement, they just killed some guys. They're gonna mag dump here in a minute. There's still some guys. They're trying to clear this area and they're chasing some players. So you'll see some of that here as we keep going. But I watched a good amount of gameplay today from Crash, Blue the Robot. Watched a little bit of Landmark also, and I think my impressions of the game, originally I was definitely excited for this, but it seemed like they were taking on more than they could handle, right? There was just like grandiose plans for this game. As you can see, just the unload. He's got a PBS 4 suppressor on there, it looks like also. So you have a little bit of gas coming out of there, but not too much. But again, their plans for this game were huge, right? Everything they made it sound like was massive, and I was really skeptical how that would play out. I think that's really what we were waiting to see today. And I have to say, watching a lot of creators' gameplay today, I'm very, very impressed with how this game looks. I think this is going to be a game. The map is wide open. It's a huge map. And the cool thing is, like we've talked about previously, it's a 24/7 server. So when you and your team are in the game, you're not guaranteed to have any other players on the map. Unlike Tarkov, where you're loading in a raid, set spawns, everyone knows the spawns. Same with like DMZ, for example, another extraction shooter from Call of Duty. Everyone knows the spawns. Everyone spawns at the same time. Here, you could be in the raid, and there could be no players there. There could be a few players. There could be full players. So you never know what you're going to get, which is crazy, which is good because when you're going in and doing missions, you always have to be on edge. There's no guarantee that you're going to run into other players. Now, another really cool thing is there's the 3 factions, and I don't remember what faction crashes, but when you run into the PMC factions that are of your same faction, you can see them on the map, and I think you can kill them, but you can see them coming on the map and who they are. So it's open communications. Proxy chat, so you can kind of team up with them and work together to complete the missions, which is awesome. But again, just look at them moving here. The backpack that this guy's got, the gear, the graphics look amazing. You can see they're still kind of chasing after some players right at this point.
Understand the AI is trash
And where they are in airport, Crash just mentioned, like, a lot of people were saying the AI was really bad, but where they are at the airfield or airport, the AI is very, very top tier. I was watching Landmark and them over here earlier, and Landmark died, other people died. Like, it's very, very tough over here. This is top tier AI from what we've seen so far. And again, being the map is just so big, you never know what you're going to get. That's the beauty of extraction shooters, especially this one. Complete 24/7 running server. It's not going to shut down. You're not going to load into a match all at the same time as everybody else. And they're going to be having dynamic day-night weather cycles, things like that. I'm not sure if that's going to be at
140
early access or if it's going to be later on in the road, but there is going to be day-night cycles, dynamic weather, things like that. So that's awesome. And again, something that I think we don't see from Tarkov. And I hate to compare it to Tarkov, but that's really the only top-tier extraction shooter out there. And I think now that we've seen Grayzone, this is going to be a top-tier extraction shooter right up there with Tarkov. And honestly, what I'm seeing, potentially superior to Tarkov. My one issue always with Tarkov is you're loading the raid at the same time. Everyone knows the spawns. And sometimes it can make it very difficult to complete missions, especially the AI can be very, very iffy as far as you can get one-tapped easily from low-tier scavs in Tarkov. As fun as Tarkov is, this, I think, in my mind, from what I'm seeing with the gameplay and what I've talked with Crash and Blue about, this looks like kind of the perfect extraction shooter to me. This is open world, no set time in raids. You can be in there doing missions for hours, and you're not returning to a menu. You're returning to the FOB, or the forward operating base, by calling in that chopper like you just saw someone else get dropped off on, which is an enemy player that they're going to run into here in a second. So you can call in your own chopper, choose a landing zone, and take it back to the FOB and get new missions, and then go back out. You can walk back to the fob, and I'm not sure what other vehicles they may have, but this airfield that they're at right now, the AI is crazy. And the second they're going to run into that guy that just got dropped off, the poor solo soul that came in here. And again, I just think the attention to detail on the AK, I think I was watching Crash with the M4 earlier. He had an ACOG on the mounted on the carrying handle earlier. You've seen some people with EOTechs on their M4s. Landmark was running a really nice, like I said, a Zenico tacked out AK-103 with an EOTech. He also had a Mosin. So those are the guns that I've seen so far. Seen some some old AKMs as well with the dongles for the foregrips, those Romanian ones. The weapons look awesome. I think those are all the weapons that I've seen so far. But again, you can see the limited HUD. You have a compass up on top. Very limited HUD. And this is where comms, this is just going to be a great game to go in and have comms with your teammates. And here you go. This is a player. Not sure if it's a guy that got dropped off on the helicopter or not, but right at that point, their comms were confused. They thought it was a friendly at first, which is why they weren't shooting immediately. And then they're going to come up here and kill the guy, but poor guy just ran into a 4-man and just got annihilated. Poor dude. But you can actually examine, and then if the person's not like dead, you can revive them.
You can revive them.
And they can join you, which is cool. And they just double tapped him there. You can see someone else in the squad has a really nice AK-74. It looks like also, but really cool game. I love the movement, just the free open world. You can be in there as long as you want before you return to the fob. There's no raid timer like, again, in extraction shooters like Tarkov or DMZ. You always have a raid timer. You're going out. Everyone loads into the server. It's not a persistent server like this. And then you have a timer before you need to extract. So that creates kind of some bottlenecks as far as when we're extracting. We're going to run into teams if other teams are extract camping or final extract in the case of DMZ. Here, if you really want to do missions, you can be very stealthy, sneaky, and do your missions. There's always going to be a risk of running into enemy PMC players. Like they just showed they ran into some PMCs. But it's not a guarantee, and you can really prioritize missions over player hunting. There's no way to know where the players are going to be on the massive map, so it makes PvP that much more crazy when you get into it. I think in Tarkov, when you get into PvP, your heart's usually like pounding, at least for me. In this, it's going to be even worse because you're not going to see PvP as much on a regular basis, I don't think. I think the max number of PMCs or players on the map is around 48 at one given time, I think. I'll have to ask Rick, the community manager, about that, but that makes it crazy because you don't know if there's going to be that many players on there or where they are. There's going to be different spawns based on what faction you are, where your fob is, where your landing zone is that you come in on. You can choose which landing zone to go to. So it's going to be crazy. I think if a lot of people are doing similar missions, that's where you're going to run into people. But from what I saw today, faction missions are specific at first, so I think all factions, same faction will be doing similar missions, which could be different from other factions. So you're typically in the beginning, we saw a lot of these guys running into friendly factions and they work together. Later on today, this is like 8-9 hours later, now we're seeing some PvP action. So really, really awesome. Let me know your thoughts down below. Big shout out to Crash for giving me the thumbs up to steal his footage because my PC can't run this game, unfortunately. Like I said, I should hopefully get some keys here today, tomorrow. So if you guys have a rig that can run this, let me know down below. Join the Discord, and I'll figure something out. I'll also be live streaming probably some DMZ on Saturday for the manhunt. So if I have keys, I will give them out to players who can run it for sure. Let me know your thoughts down below. Grayzone Warfare. This is probably the game I'm most excited for. The problem is I need to drop probably like 2K on a good gaming PC to run this. I think Crash is running it very, very well. So I'm going to probably have to use him in blue to help me build something here that's cost efficient. So let me know your thoughts down below. Until next time, this is Buffner Gaming with Grayzone Warfare. Big shout out to Crash Games FPS with the beautiful AK-74 MN, that Tapco furniture, I believe it is. I could be just completely butchering that, but from what I remember, I think it's Tapco. I always thought it was a really ugly handguard. I hated that. However, it looks pretty good here, and he's running it with an L-cam and the PBS4 suppressor, so can't hate too much. I do like that build, and it seems like the AK, from what I've seen, the AK-74 is here, and the 103s that I saw Landmark running just hit, like the 103 hits like a tank, as it should. So really cool. I'm so excited to see this. More of this game, more of the weapons, be able to play it down the road with some of the community, Crash, and others. This game's going to be a lot of fun. So let me know your thoughts down below. Till next time. Buffer Gaming, out.